Alright, Gamermancy fans, Neverlin here, and we have a great battle report for you today. I'll be taking on the Phearon and his Chaos Demons versus my Blood Scorpions. Well, he won the roll and elected to give me the first turn, so as you can see, we have a spearhead deployment situation going on here. This will be an objective-based game. We have two objectives, one in the lava there and the other one up in the corner of the board. My Devastators are on top of the hill there, and then what I've done with my Tactical Marines is break them down into two combat squads on either side of the Land Raider. I've done the same with my Terminators, putting them on either side of the Land Raider as well. Now, the reason I did this is because the Sanguinary Priest is inside that Land Raider, and it pretty much gives my whole army feel no pain with that kind of coverage. He's joined by the Librarian and my Thunderhammer Marines inside the Land Raider. The mighty Sanguinor is bravely hiding behind the Land Raider, and I have two Ball Predator tanks in reserve. My plan is to hold the center with the bulk of my force while the Rhinos shoot up the side and try to flank, trying to capture his side of the objective. That's about as simple as a plan you can get it. Let's see how the first turn goes. Alright, the Blood Scorpions spent their turn waiting around in the rain for the Chaos to show up. SM deployed his Flamers right next to his Screamers up there at the top of the board. Moving on down the line, Fate Weaver, and then a group of Pink Horrors, and then a Prince of Chaos. Finally, we have the Bloodletters down there at the bottom. The squad's pretty much just spread out and moved towards the Space Marines. The Prince took a little gaze shot there, but missed completely, and we'll see what happens next. Blood Scorpion turn. Well, the main force sort of pushed in the center there while the Rhinos flanked around the sides. Blood Scorpions pretty much opened up on those Bloodletters down there at the bottom of the board while the Rhinos took some shots up at the Screamers. Through the combined fire of the rocket launchers, assault cannons, and storm bolters, they were able to get the Bloodletters down to 2 wounds, and the Rhinos were able to take out a Screamer. Well, the Chaos Gods surely smiled on their chosen ones today, because while none of the Space Marine reserves came in, every single one of the demons came in on their turn 2 reserve rolls. To break this down for you, a second group of pink horrors there started heading towards the objective in the north. Then he used his demonettes there to screen the soul grinder that came down. And then a nasty group of juggernauts led by Skulltaker are off there on the flank, ready to chew me up. The flamers and the screamers shot down the side and blew up that rhino. Let's see how turn 3 goes. Right, Blood Scorpions turn 3. Well, the Space Marines bravely backed up to avoid that inevitable charge there that's going to be coming their way. Spent all of their firepower thinning out that demonette herd. Rhino raced up the side and they took some shots at those flamers to try to take them out. Demon's turn. Well, the Demonettes charged into that lone tactical squad guarding my objective, while the Demon Prince of Khorne took on the Land Raider. Armor saves and Feel No Pain were pretty much able to save the Space Marines from enemy shooting, but Fate Weaver was able to get a gaze in that immobilized the Land Raider. On to turn 4. Well, sometimes it's charged or be charged, and that's what the Blood Scorpions had to do in turn 4. A lot of action going on. The Librarian, the Thunderhammer Terminators got out of the Land Raider, and a huge melee ensued. Basically, a big multi-charge ensued. The Terminators charged both Demon Princes and Skulltaker and his Skull Crushers. With the help of the +1 attack from the Sanguinor, they were able to take out both Demon Princes, but in return, the Skull Crushers took down 3 Thunderhammers and the Sanguinary Priest. The Sanguinor and the Chainfist Terminators also jumped in there and were able to take down the Soul Grinder, but it was the last thing they did because they got taken out completely. On the Demon turn, Fate Weaver countercharged while the Demonettes worked their way through the tactical squads. On to turn 5. Blood Scorpion turn 5. Well, with no troops in their deployment zone, they had to resort to taking out the troops on the Demon side, so all guns were aimed at those Demonettes. From the Ball Predator tank, the Land Raider, and the Devastators were able to wipe them out. The Rhino was joined by another Ball Predator with the Inferno Cannon at the top, and they pulled a sandwich move on the other objective, trying to burn their way through the Pink Horrors guarding their objective. Demon turn. Well, on their turn, the Skulltaker and Fate Weaver basically made their way through the rest of those Space Marines and gobbled them up. Second group of Pink Horrors with a Changeling started inching their way toward the Space Marine objective. Pink Horrors at the top of the screen did what they could to fend off the assaults from the Space Marines. Scorpion turn 6. Well, the name of the game was take out those Pink Horrors down, and their objective is the only thing they could really do. So again, all guns were trained on the Pink Horrors. They were able to finally take those out. At the top of the board, the Rhino and the Ball Predator continued to try to squeeze those Pink Horrors off. There wasn't much the Demon player could do at this point to win the game. There was no way he was going to be able to take out both the Rhino and the Ball Predator, which were contesting his objective, and with no troops down at the end, he decided to, of course, in true demonic fashion, destroy as much as he could and assaulted the Ball Predator tank anyways. The game ended and it was a draw. This was a real fun game for me. It was particularly challenging when all of the demonic reserves came in at the end of his second turn. But I always have a blast playing with so many Terminators and with the Sanguinor there, giving them all extra attacks. It was fun just having that huge brawl there in the middle of the game. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.